The 9-4 Oakland Raiders meet the 8-5 Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone, and welcome. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. We're up to our necks in questions today. Can the Raider defense stop Ricky Williams? But maybe the bigger question, Phil, is what does Miami do about a red-hot offense and the best quarterback in the league?
Well, Greg, that's what I want to see. How is Miami going to react to Rich Gannon? He is on pace to break records in the NFL for yardage and completions. It's a complicated offense, and they put it in the hands of the quarterback.
The Raiders and the Dolphins. We'll have more after this word from your local station. From Pro Player Stadium, it's the Miami Dolphins hosting the Oakland Raiders. Besides a victory at day's end, Miami running back Ricky Williams, an NFL record third consecutive 200-yard rushing game. The kickoff is next. Inside the stadium activity and at the AFC playoff picture. 16 teams, 11 of them with 7 or more wins with 3 weeks to go. Oakland, Tennessee, Miami, Pittsburgh would be in as division champs. Indianapolis and San Diego, the wild card teams as we speak. Let's go down to Armin Katsayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, you're talking about Rich Gannon. If he averages 293 yards the last 3 games, he will set the all-time single-season yardage record of 5,084, set back in 1984 by none other than Dolphin great Dan Marino. Well, to do that, he's going to face a Dolphins defense with something of a split personality. On the road this season, they're allowing a quarterback rating of 93+, versus at home, it's an entirely different story. Just 54 rating. He may well have his hands full today, Greg. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. There is Bill Callahan in his first season as the head man of the Oakland Raiders. Performed very well indeed. On the other side of the field, Dave Wannstedt.
And Greg, you said earlier, just as we were sitting here before we came on the air, you said the crowd is fired up. This is the most emotion I have felt from the Miami crowd. We've been down here quite a few times this year. So they know it's a big game, not only because it's the Raiders, but it determines a lot of the playoff hope for the Miami Dolphins.
Olindo Mare will kick it away. There's Olindo. The deep man for the Oakland Raiders is number 83, Marcus Knight. 9-4 Raiders, 8-5 Miami Dolphins, and we're underway. Knight from the 4 to the 25, 30, and out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. Scott McGarrahan with the stop after a 30-yard return, and here comes Rich Gannon. 4,205 yards on the season. The Raider offensive line, ever-improving Barry Sims, responsible for protecting Rich Gannon's blind side. And speaking of the Raider quarterback,
the ability for us to beat the bump coverage is going to be key. It's going to be crucial for us to pass protect as well. The running game can alleviate a lot of the pass protection breakdowns that could possibly happen in a game like this. So those will be some of the keys today.
Center Barrett Robbins as Gannon drops back to throw on first. Crossing over the middle is Tim Brown, and Brown across the 35 to the 38 or 39-yard line. The Miami defensive front 4, Jason Taylor having a Pro Bowl year with 14 sacks. He must put pressure on Rich Gannon today. The linebacker, Zach Thomas, calls the defensive signals. He'll be watching for all of those Raider receivers crossing over the middle. And the secondary of cornerbacks Sertan and Madison. Rich Gannon says they're big game players who play their best games against the best receivers. Jim Bates, defensive coordinator for the Charlie Garner, the lone back on 2nd and 5. Gannon is hit. Loose football. And the Raiders have recovered. Barry Sims fell on the football.
2 passes by the Oakland Raiders, and both times Rich Gannon has been under pressure. Jason Taylor almost got him to the outside in the very first, and it just shows you how that got into the head of Barry Sims. He protects the outside. Jason Taylor went inside, caught him off guard, and gets the sack and the fumble.
Wale Ogunleye tried to scoop it up and run rather than falling on the loose ball. The Miami defense has come alive in quarterback sacks the last 10 games. 3rd and 18.
Taylor.
Loose ball again.
It's on the ground.
At the 20, and again, the Raiders cover.
Jason Taylor has been special this season, especially the last 6 to 8 games. He by himself is being the big difference in this defense. Look at this time. Such a great jump. Rich Gannon gets back, is going to throw it right away, and Jason Taylor beats him to it.
Jason Taylor is now up to a career high 16 sacks on the season.
For him and the Miami defense.
Robert Baker is deep for the kick from Shane Leckler. Baker from the 38 across the 40 to about the 44-yard line, and that will bring Jay Fiedler and the Miami offensive unit onto the field. The Miami offensive line, anchored by center Tim Ruddy, has allowed just 20 sacks, 5th fewest in the NFL. And Jay Fiedler, the chief beneficiary.
The keys to us winning offensively this week is, number one, to establish the run with Ricky. Number two, we need to control the clock by converting on our third down conversions. And number three, we need to make some big plays downfield with our receivers.
There is Norv Turner, mastermind of the Miami offense. Ricky Williams, the lone back behind Fiedler. And we get a jump on the defensive line. Sam Adams coming across.
Greg, I want to go back.
Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
To the sack of Rich Gannon when he fumbled the first time. There's a rule that a lot of coaches live by in the NFL. Big guys fall on the football, small guys pick it up. And why you say that? Because the big guys are in piles, a lot of people around them, so they can't pick it up cleanly. Small guys, they're usually in space. They have a little extra time to pick it up and go with the fumble.
Ball advances to the 49-yard line, 1st and 5. Play fake. Williams going deep down the sideline. Chris Chambers got it inside the 15-yard line. Ball is blown dead at the 12. He beat Terrence Shaw on the play.
Well, the Miami Dolphins, they know this secondary is beat up. Terrence Shaw had a terrific game last week. Double move by Chris Chambers. Really didn't pull Shaw too much. Nice adjustment to the ball. Chris Chambers goes up to make the catch.
I'm sorry, Phil, that is a 40-yard gain. Chris Chambers' longest reception of the year. First down at the 11. Williams spinning to the 10. Let's check the Raider defense. Up front, the familiar face of Trace Armstrong at one defensive end position. He is a former Miami Dolphin. Linebacking core, Eric Barton sporting 6 sacks. Rookie Napoleon Harris in the middle. 15-year veteran Bill Romanowski. And an injury-riddled secondary will need Rod Woodson's veteran leadership. Terrence Shaw starts for injured Charles Woodson at one corner. Brandon Jennings for injured Torrey James at the other, as you look at defensive coordinator Chuck Bresnahan.
Secondary's beat up, so the Dolphins right away, 4 wide receivers, put pressure on the depleted secondary.
Fiedler on the quarterback draw, crosses the line of scrimmage and gets out the 7. Sam Adams making the stop, and it'll be a 3rd and 6.
You know, you think about this game, Greg. You think about the Miami offense. It's been Ricky Williams the last couple weeks. The Raiders are thinking that. Miami Dolphins offense, they know it, so they know they're going to get extra people at the line of scrimmage. Look outside. They did the first play. They're looking for those big passing plays down the field.
Chambers flanks to the near side of the field. And McKnight to the top of the screen. Fiedler over the middle, batted down. John Perella, number 97, went up and got a paw on it, and it'll be 4th down, and onto the field comes the field goal unit.
It's knocked down. Randy McMichael is on Eric Barton in the center of the field. It's going to be a touchdown. Defensive lineman, if you can't get there, stop. Look, you see McMichael. He is open for the touchdown.
Olindo Mare from 25 yards out. and Miami has the lead. 10:24 to play in the first quarter. The Dolphins draw first blood.
Watch the play the Miami Dolphins had. The center of the field is open. Randy McMichael comes in, fakes, and then takes off again. He definitely has Eric Barton fooled. Nice play. John Perrella down. The middle should be open because the Raiders are concerned about their corners.
Mare's kick. Marcus Knight 2 yards deep in the end zone. To the 15, the 20, to the outside, 30. And just across the 35-yard line to about the 36-yard line. Back to work. The Oakland offense after this. As we welcome you back to Pro Player Stadium, you're saying, Phil, the Oakland Raiders have reasons to be counting their lucky stars early in the game.
Fumbles by Rich Gannon. They recover both, and then Randy McMichael wide open for a touchdown. The ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Charlie Garner going nowhere, maybe about a yard to the 38-yard line. Now, Dave Wannstedt is one fired-up head coach. We saw him on Friday. He could barely contain himself.
Yeah, he was. It was different, and we could see the tension. The Dolphins know that this could be their season. They finished the season up in New England, and we know that's going to be tough and important. So Dave Wannstedt feels that pressure. You can see that just looking at him, he didn't sleep a lot last night thinking about this football game.
Gannon with time this time over the middle, bounced off of the hands of Ritchie and fell incomplete. 9:34 to play here in the first. Let's check in with Jim Nance in New York. All right, Jim, thank you. Here, the crowd is alive as Gannon looks over the defense. 8. Penalty markers fly as Gannon throws. Incomplete, batted away by Arturo Freeman. The pass intended for tight end Doug Jolly, but let's check the flag.
Offside, defense, number 91, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Now, what did Dave Wannstedt say? He wanted his team to avoid, above and beyond anything else, plays that kept drives alive on third down.
Penalties on third downs have killed the Miami Dolphins. Look, you're the quarterback. Rich Gannon, they're having trouble protecting him. Away a quarterback can help that. He can do it with the snap count. Make the defensive line hesitate just a little before they take off.
The Raiders have had 4 pass plays for minus 14 yards, but it's early. 3rd and 3. Throws incomplete through the hands of Charlie Garner. Charlie Garner, a sure-handed receiver who came into this game with 77 receptions.
Well, that time you knew the Raiders were going to Charlie Garner. Before the snap, Zach Thomas walked up, hit his buddy Jason Taylor and said, "Help me out." And he tried to hit him as he was coming out. Didn't get a very good lick on him, and Charlie Garner was wide open.
Robert Baker deep for Leckler's punt. Bounces at the 30. Inside the 15, and this is going to turn out to be pretty good yardage for Shane Leckler when all is said and done. A 46-yard punt and no return. And the Dolphins are back on offense after this. The season with our exclusive projected seeds and brackets on all of the playoff scenarios. Click on Playoff Race at CBSSportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Ricky Williams, Rob Conrad in the backfield, and the handoff is to Williams, who looks for running space on the left side. Doesn't get much. Hey, there's a loose ball down. The Raiders say they've got it. Let's see what the officials say, and they do. Ricky Williams lost the football as he crossed the line of scrimmage, and the Raiders have come up with it in prime position.
Almost a perfect start for the Miami Dolphins today. They have done so many things well. They're up 3-0, and look how quick it turns around on you. Now you got the Raiders in scoring position. Look at the defenders around. Eric Barton rips it out from Ricky Williams. Eric Barton has been absolutely terrific for the Raiders, and we're going to get a challenge. I heard the crowd noise. I can already see Terry McCauley getting it from Dave Wanstead.
Dave Wanstead is going to hope that the replay will show Ricky Williams is down.
Miami has challenged the ruling on the field that the runner fumbled the football prior to down by contact.
You know, we've got to give Dave Wanstead some. Weeks ago in Buffalo, he couldn't get the flag out of his pocket.
Yeah, so he had one of his assistants pull it out. Well, there's a couple. Now remember, a running back is down. We always look at the knee, Greg. It could be his arm, any part of his arm except his, oh boy, that came out a little quicker than I thought. I need to turn the music up here a little.
After review, there's no indisputable visual evidence that shows the football in control of the player and his knees on the ground. The ruling on the field stands. First down, Oakland.
Adjusted well to the speed of him the last time they went back to throw the football.
Gannon on first down. Throws, crossing pattern, complete. Tim Brown inside the 5 to about the 3. Sam Madison making the stop, and a nice grab by Timmy Brown.
You know, the other thing is, too, when you watch this game, I think Rich Gannon has been afforded some of the best pass protection I have seen in the NFL since Kenny Stabler was playing for the Raiders. I mean that. His pass protection has been just something you can't believe as an ex-quarterback. But today you can already see sacked a couple times, even under pressure that time to throw the short pass.
2nd and 1. Gannon has 2 tight ends. The give is to Garner. Tries the right side. Nothing there. Tim Bowens and Larry Chester stacking up the middle of the line as Garner was looking for first down yardage. I formation.
See if they
play
run it
clock
right.
running down. They didn't get it off. They didn't get it off in time. Rich Gannon wants to know where the time came from, or where did it go? And Bill Callahan has an argument with the clock as well.
You know what? That was a pretty quick 25.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Ritchie and Crockett in the backfield. Play fake, lobbing, corner of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Jerry Porter. Patrick Surtain was there with it. Catches, more than 600 yards, and a team-leading 8 touchdowns. Gannon, with time this time, throws to Garner. Garner spinning at the 7, still on his feet, and is down at about the 8 or 9 line. Jason Taylor with the tackle. It'll be 3rd and goal. On its feet, 3rd and goal for the Raiders from the 9. Gannon over the middle, in and out of the hands of Tim Brown at the 1. And Jason Taylor decked Rich Gannon.
You think it's not important to have a pass rusher on your football team? Make a difference. This is a walk-in touchdown. Jason Taylor makes Rich Gannon throw it just a little before he's ready. It's not quite a perfect pass. Tim Brown drops it.
Oakland 9 passing plays for -6 yards. Sebastian Janikowski from 26 yards out, and the game is tied. So the turnover cost the Dolphins 3 points, 6:27 to play. It's a 3-3 game. Swatch Network.
That's one.
Yeah.
I'm counting your mistake.
Appreciate that.
Don't count mine, though.
No. Jason Taylor off to an outstanding start with a couple of sacks so far today, and fine defensive stand by the Dolphins has this game tied at 3. Janikowski's kick is very short. This is Travis Minor from the 13. 25, 30, still on his feet. Blocker in front of him. 45, midfield and out of bounds into Oakland territory. Marcus Woods ran him out of bounds after a 41-yard turn.
Eric Johnson goes for the hit. I hear coaches talk about this all the time. Don't go for the highlight hit. Not that Eric Johnson had a chance there. I think he had to go high. But when you really try to make that big hit sometimes, it allows runners to shake it and go on and get big yardage. Just get them down. slow down, put your arms around them. Yeah, you might not make the highlights, but you're helping your football team.
First down, Fiedler to throw. Pump fake. Down the sideline. Chambers, he's got it. Inside the 20-yard line.
Well, Jay Fiedler, what he does, he told us he wants to look the safeties off. He's going to look down the middle. The safety's going to jump inside, and the wide receiver is going to come open to the outside. Watch Fiedler. Nice pump fake down the middle, and look at the space it provides on the outside. Watch Jay Fiedler. You can do this against the Raiders' safeties. They like to go and be aggressive and go with the first move by the quarterback. If you get time, you can fake them out and go down the field.
Play fake to Ricky Williams. The pass out here, the near side, that's complete. Inside the 10-yard line, and spinning for yardage is James McKnight. To the 7, and it appears enough for another down.
Well, they're taking advantage of the fact that Ricky Williams has run for over 200 yards the last 2 weeks. Play action passes. Norv Turner, coached the NFL a long time, one of his strengths and what everybody knows, that he's going to run play action passes, and he's looking to go down the field first for the big passing play.
First and goal for the Miami Dolphins as they bounce right back from the game-tying field goal. Ricky Williams to the 6. Eric Barton with the stop. Ricky Williams, 228 yards against the Chicago Bears 2 weeks ago, 216 against Buffalo.
Well, you can see so far, not much room to run inside against this Raider defense. The defensive linemen the last few weeks have been very good against the run. But the biggest change I noticed, where this defense is looking better, the linebackers are really good. Napoleon Harris, Bill Kowski, Eric Barton are doing terrific.
Second and goal. Fiedler rolling, looking, and throws it away. It'll be third and goal.
Had one of his ex-teammates chasing that time, Trace Armstrong, trying to get to him. Well, this Raider defense too. I asked Bill Romanowski, why has it gotten so much better? And he says the biggest thing is they just settle down. They only do a couple things on defense. They got talent, they got size, they got power, they got speed. Let the players play. Don't make them think too much.
Chris Carter is in the game for the first time today, and a wide receiver, Fiedler, into the end zone. Caught, touchdown! Chris Carter. Career touchdown catch number 130.
Nice throw by Jay Fiedler. The defensive back never turns to look. Jay Fiedler throws over his head, and Chris Carter makes an outstanding catch.
Carter's first touchdown since November 19th of last year. His kick is good. 4:01 to play in the first quarter. Miami regains the lead at 10-3. In the history of the NFL in this game today, Chris Carter, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, and Carter just made his first touchdown reception as a Miami Dolphin.
One of the weak spots of all defenses when you get down near the end zone is the back end zone line. Chris Carter, the top of your screen, they have him double covered. The problem with double covering the receiver times, one guy has him inside, the other has him outside, but who has him down the field? And even though it's close to the end zone, down the field, the back of the end zone, that is the soft spot.
Marcus Knight at his goal line as Mare set to kick it away. From the 1 is Marcus Knight. To the 20, 25, and up to the 30-yard line, where he is knocked down by Patrick. 31-yard return. We mentioned the 3 outstanding wide receivers, the most in NFL history. Rice, Carter, Brown.
Yeah, I saw them all together, and right after pregame warm-ups, Greg, you pointed out to me they were getting their photo taken, and I'd like to have one of those.
I'll see what I can do.
Get them all to sign it. Oh, like they like you. Jesus.
So the line of scrimmage is the Oakland 31-yard line. Dolphins gain the lead. Crowd getting behind their defense.
It all started with the good kickoff return.
Charlie Garner, left side, dragged down from behind by Taylor. Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Greg, you mentioned those top 3 receivers. Chris Carter, talking about Jerry Rice, said he was always the benchmark for me, not only for what he did on the field, but how he trained, his nutrition, and staying in shape. I've always wanted growing up to mimic Jerry Rice. Well, that was a pretty good impression right there. Back to you.
And not a bad catch in the end zone with one hand, was it?
Yeah, I've seen Chris Carter do that quite a few times. And you know what I think when I watched Chris Carter when he came to this team, and I think they finally found the role for him, just certain situations. He can be a really terrific 3rd, 4th receiver, specialty player, and I think they're finding a good role for him.
Gannon throws out here this side, incomplete, intended for Tim Brown. And once again, Gannon on the ground. We have penalty markers down. Phil, we watched film the other day, and how many times did we see Rich Gannon on the ground? Not as many times as he's been on the ground here today.
Illegal substitution. Offense. Number 84 went out of bounds, came back in, did not get aside the numbers. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Bill Callahan has not been a fan of the yellow flag this season, has he?
Oh, yes, not, Greg. You make a good point. The Raiders, I was curious if Rich Gannon even hit the ground last week, and he did. Just to clarify, twice in a row he got pushed down. Didn't get any grass on his uniform, but he did go down. So it's a different element he's dealing with here today.
2nd and 11. Gannon trying to elude the tackler and does. To the 40, and he slides down close to a 1st down. Under 3. Let's check in to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, we're in the final minute up in Buffalo, Greg, and San Diego was up early 3-0, but Bledsoe drives him down the field. Henry takes it the final 4 yards, 7-3 Bills. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Oh, we talked about Travis Henry when we saw him up in Buffalo. Easily one of the more underrated football players in the NFL.
It looked like nighttime up in Buffalo. Of course, they can really handle the snow up there. Because we got snow a couple weeks ago.
3rd and 1. Ritchie and Crockett in the backfield. Play fake to Crockett. Gannon running out of time. Now gets rid of it. Batted down by Sam Madison. Gannon barely evaded the 3rd sack of the day by the Dolphins.
Well, I like the play call, but what's really impressive, the Dolphins are not fooled. They cover the receivers down the field, and they have the speed to chase the quarterback when he moves.
Shane Leckler in to kick again. Robert Baker going to let this one float over his head. Oh, no. Now he's going to run it out of the end zone. Clearly didn't know where he was when that ball came down. We have another NFL Today update. Let's go back to New York and Jim Nance. Jim, a shoe-in for Indianapolis earlier about Steve McNair. Steve McNair has been a wonder. Not just this season, but the last couple of seasons. I don't know there's anybody who plays better when he's hurt than Steve McNair. Miami Dolphins, 9.2 yards per play. Starting from deep in their own territory, Fiedler calling signals. Play fake. Down the sideline, Chambers. Oh, what a catch! Oh, he dropped it. Incomplete at the 40-yard line.
To see, we were a little curious, Greg, to see if the Dolphins would try to take advantage of the fact that the Raiders are a little beat up outside. Clarence left right there. Chris Chambers, we've seen it many times. He is one of the best at going and getting the football. Perfect job by Love. Get your hand between the receiver's hands. He cannot grab the football.
We've seen the Dolphins testing corners already early in this game with Torrey James and Charles Woodson and Philip Buchanan all out with injuries.
It's man-to-man coverage on the outside.
Chambers on the slant across the 20 to the 23 and a first down.
The Raiders are playing to stop the run. It's really, really simple for Jay Fiedler. Anywhere he looks, he knows he's going to see man-to-man coverage. Can my guy beat the guy that's covering him? You just went deep. Let's go short. Nice change-up, wide open.
First 3 receptions for 84 yards already today. First down Miami. And flags fly before the snap.
Oh, boy, did they miss it.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 63, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Left tackle Mark Dixon.
They missed it because this Raider defense, they're feeling the pressure. They're hustling, maybe overreacting. They're going to run a reverse, and Greg, the Raider defense all washed to the wrong side. You know, when you get in a game like this, your offense is struggling. It's going to be rough. The Raiders want to win this football game. They're going to have to make the plays on the defense until their offense settles down and gets in rhythm.
Another play fake for Williams. Deep for Chambers. Incomplete. Number 38, Clarence Love, had position on Chambers then.
Nice job by Clarence Love. It really is. Watch the move by Chris Chambers as he goes down the field. First, terrific play action, like he's going across the field, but Clarence Love doesn't overreact. He keeps his technique, stays outside, and then when Chris Chambers makes that second move, he's perfect. He's got the interception, and what a job by Chris Chambers knocking it down.
Clarence Love seeing some unexpected playing time in his 3rd season out of Toledo. 2nd and 15.
Bill Callahan said he's really fast.
Looking for the screen to the far side. Penalty marker flies as Williams goes down at about the 18.
Lineman down the field because Jay Fiedler had to double pump offensive lineman. They just time it in their head. They took off.
Dave wants that.
Boy, look at that. Is he tight? Not tight. That's not a good word because that's
intense.
He's
Ineligible
intense.
receiver downfield. Offense, number 75, line, 3rd down.
The interesting thing is when he walked in for his meeting with us, we knew it
right away.
Instantly. He was just
right
ready. He was ready for game day.
And Jay Fiedler came in a few minutes after that, and I said, you know, Jay, did you find your coach uptight this week? And Jay Fiedler goes, oh, he's tight all the time. So it was hard for the players to recognize it.
Last 20 seconds of the first quarter. On 3rd and 15, Fiedler goes down, courtesy of Reagan Upshaw. A loss of 8 on the play as the Raiders register their first sack of the day.
Reagan Upshaw, terrific pass rusher. A known passing situation. He takes advantage of it on 3rd and 15.
So with 5 seconds on the clock, the punting unit comes onto the field, and they will not get the kickoff before time expires here in the first quarter. That is the end of the first quarter with our score. Miami Dolphins 10, the Oakland Raiders 3. We'll come back to Pro Player Stadium right after this. You are watching the NFL on CBS. Mark Royals to kick out of his own end zone. And deep to receive at midfield is Tim Brown. Tim Brown, speaking of Heisman trophies, and you saw Carson Palmer on the NFL Today. Tim Brown snared the Heisman back in 1987.
Heisman jinx for him.
Tim Brown, midfield, 45. And that's where the Raiders will go to work on offense after an 8-yard return. Third, I won't answer.
Of course not.
Look at the numbers. Rich Gannon off to a very slow start thanks to a tenacious Miami defense.
Yeah, usually a bad day for Rich Gannon. Passes, he'd be 7 for 8. You know, somebody dropped one. So the pressure, can the Raiders adjust to it? Can they start blocking them? Or do the Raiders start running the football a little more?
Garner and Wheatley in the backfield. This is Tyrone Wheatley, his first carry of the day, and he takes it just inside the Miami 40-yard line.
I'll never forget what John Gruden told us many times. When he wants to settle the game down, he brings in the whammer. And that's Tyrone Wheatley, not allowed to dance, just take it up in there, get the tough yards, and he still does it very well.
You've got Wheatley as the whammer, and you've got Zach Crockett as the sledgehammer.
Yeah. What's that make Charlie Garner? He's just, as Zach Thomas says, he's elbows and knees. Everything wiggles when he runs.
Garner can't spin away from Jason Taylor. Well, I mentioned at the very outset today, having a Pro Bowl season, Taylor is every bit of that.
You know, Greg, he's just, it makes you, anytime you get a defensive player, and it's almost always a pass rusher, or if you're a cornerback like Deion Sanders, when you have to alter your game plan because of that player, that guy is special. Let's see if the Raiders pick on Zach Thomas. Third downs, short. Charlie against Zach Thomas.
Movement on the left side of the line. It looked like Barry Sims hopped off.
He's not nervous.
False start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
You know, just think about it. You know, he's got a couple sacks. You've got crowd noise. You know it's a known passing situation. It is really a tough job for Barry Sims. And he's having, Greg, you talked about it. Bill Callahan out. He is playing really, really well. All their linemen are playing well because of what they're doing on offense.
Raiders have not converted a third down yet today. That's Rice in motion. Gannon with time. Looking all over. Can't find anybody. Has a world of time and now throws it away. David Bowens, number 96, lost his helmet in the process of tracking down Gannon.
It's man coverage down the field. So with all this time, nobody comes open into the space. So he cannot find that open receiver. And since it was third and long, Zach Thomas can gamble a little and gets up near Charlie Garner. And also, he's double teamed. Charlie Garner was trying to hit Jason Taylor on the way out.
Oakland 5 drives today, 4 3-and-outs. Dedrick Ward can let it bounce at the 10, rolls inside the 5 and is tracked down at the 1. Alvis Whitted puts a little special teams flavor in for the Oakland Raiders. Coming back to Pro Player Stadium, the Miami Dolphins, headed up by quarterback Jay Fiedler, will start from their own 3-yard line. Chris Chambers has been the big offensive weapon today with 83 yards receiving. The Raiders have just 16 yards of total offense. On first down, Ricky Williams left side to the 5, out to the 6-yard line. It'll be second down. Ricky Williams, the #1 rusher in the NFL coming into this game with 1,500 yards. You see, he set a team record for carries.
Well, what did Jay Fiedler? I asked him about Ricky Williams, and Jay Fiedler said to us, Greg, man, he's even better than I thought he was going to be. And it's caught everybody a little by surprise. The big runs, you know, the scoring plays, and when you get that from a running back, that just changes the chemistry for your whole football team. It makes you dangerous in just normal situations.
Fiedler with time at his goal line. Now to Williams. Williams out across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Romanowski and Coleman making the stop and fine protection from the offensive line.
You know, sometimes as a quarterback, this is hard because Jay Fiedler wants to drop back, read the defense, hop, and throw the football. They're not. Then you begin to panic a little, and a good job of finding Ricky Williams short. Jay Fiedler, without a doubt, throwing the football better today than he did on Monday night against the Chicago Bears.
3rd and 1. Fiedler, quick slant, and across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Chris Chambers has the first down.
Boy, nice job by Chris Chambers. Very nice job by Jay Fiedler. Got a safety on him, Derek Gibson. That is a tough matchup. You know, going back to Jay Fiedler, though, on Monday night, coming back, trying to find that rhythm and that groove, threw the football okay. As Dave Wanstead said, it was a good game for his first game back. And no doubt today, he's sharper, seeing the open receiver and throwing the ball with more velocity.
They're going to give it to Williams. Williams running room. 20, 25, 30 to about the 32-yard line. Terrence Shaw forced him out.
Well, for the first time today, the Raiders gambled just a little. What they were hoping for was a pass. Anthony Dorsett comes on the blitz, and look what it does. The defense gets washed inside just enough, and Ricky Williams, something that you didn't see that much of in New Orleans, inside, takes the speed, breaks it outside.
You mentioned Jay Fiedler saying he was better than I thought he was. Jay also said he's a lot more patient than I ever thought he was as a running back.
And you know what? That was a good example. He waited and then finally saw some open space, and he can turn it on.
Williams dancing across the 35 to the 37. As we mentioned, his last...
To get all that.
Oh, well.
So in other words, what you're telling me,
he's really good.
Really doing good. Okay. That's what I thought you were trying to say.
2nd and 5.
I'd like to show off all that English you know.
From the 38, Williams, left side, blocker in front of him. Turns the corner, out of bounds, close to the 40. Eric Barton and Travian Smith ran him out. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Well, no matter what happens on this drive, it's a very good drive already for the Miami Dolphins. When you start inside your own 5-yard line and you get it out past the 40, you've done something very, very good. You've taken points away from the Raiders offense in time.
Well, we've seen Fiedler take advantage of something that he told us on Friday, that it's an aggressive Miami defense, and sometimes you play with it. 3rd and 3.
Raider defense.
Raider defense.
That's 2. Nothing again.
From the shotgun.
Love it.
Fiedler outside and hits his man Chris Carter out of bounds, first down.
You know, what a nice little security blanket. It really is. You know, that is always the key, I think, to all football teams. Can you take players and can you find the role for them that really helps you his skills? And Chris Carter, they tried to play him full time when he came out of retirement. I thought that was too much. Dave Wanstead admitted it, and now they got him in a very good role.
Fiedler, 9 out of 13 for 115 yards. They fake the reverse. Ricky Williams probably didn't get back to the line of scrimmage before Eric Barton hit him. A loss of 1.
They had me. I was looking up top. We're going fake the reverse. As you may say, no, they didn't.
You had number 3 on.
Oh.
So Williams lost a yard on the play. Hi there, little lady. You get some front teeth for Christmas.
Beautiful day, though. It is. It's just the Raiders are fortunate. They've had mistakes. They're only down 10-3. The weather is perfect for what they want, so heat will not be a factor.
Fiedler got his man 35-yard line and to the 30. Chris Chambers still on his feet to the 25. The Raiders came within an eyelash of breaking up that pass, and it just didn't happen. What a throw by Fiedler.
Yeah, good timing. What they did that time, they clear out the middle with the receiver. Play action fake, only 2 receivers down the field. Then Jay Fiedler finds Chris Chambers across the middle. And Derek Love from the outside, watch the move. He comes in. And Clarence Love tries to knock it down. Nice job by Rod Woodson saving the touchdown.
Chambers 117 yards. That's a season high. And Ricky Williams with the carry. He picked up 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5. And Dolphins are doing a good job on first down today.
You know, they're doing an excellent job, Greg. Somebody said to us, just in passing, don't be late for the game. And, you know, not that I'm real perceptive, but I go, uh-oh, they're going to come out with some throws down. We have seen about 7 different passing plays down the field meant to get big yards, and almost every one of us worked.
This is now about a 6-minute drive for the Dolphins. Move flare out here to Williams. Williams, 15, 10. Oh, what an example of how Ricky Williams can accelerate.
It'd be hard to look down the field if I had Ricky Williams running for me. Okay, they're not open. Let me give it to this number 34 and watch him take off. Fast, big. I just can't imagine what it's like to come up and try to tackle Ricky Williams.
He gets a breather on the sideline as you take a look.
Boy, this offense is really clicking.
Travis Minor and Rob Conrad. Minor inside the 10, still on his feet, inside the 5-yard line before he's wrapped up. Travis Minor, second-year running back out of Florida State.
You know what happens too? Just remember this drive started from inside the 5-yard line. The defense, it's almost a fact in the NFL. After so many plays, they just get tired. The offense can take advantage of it, and that's what it looks like right now. But Miami is just moving the ball on a tired defense.
Line of scrimmage is the 4. Minor. Touchdown. What a wonderful drive with the Dolphins mixing up the run and Fiedler's passes.
Jamie Nails, number 66. He comes around. Nice block. Watch the come around. He's big, just clears out the hole. Napoleon Harris can do nothing with him.
Mare with the extra point attempt. High snap. Royals got it down, and the kick is good. 5:01 to play in the first half. The Miami Dolphins have pushed it to a 2-touchdown lead. 97-yard drive by the Miami Dolphins. Jay Fiedler was 5 out of 5 on the drive for 56 yards.
I think the Miami Dolphin players, they felt the urgency from their coach, and we can see it in the play so far today.
From the 19-yard line, Marcus Knight. Far side, can't get outside, across the 30 to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line, a 13-yard return, and Rich Gannon looking to fire up the Oakland offense right after this. Just a reminder, the Nextel halftime report comes your way. Jim, Dion, Dan, Boomer, all the scores and highlights coming up on the Nextel halftime report. 4:54 to play in the first half. And the Raiders, from their own 32, Tim Brown goes in motion to the far side of the field. Gannon pulls it down, looks the other way, throws, and that's complete. And out to the 34-35 is Charlie Garner.
Well, this Raider offense, it is not clicking. I thought early Rich Gannon has a little too much on the football. The running backs couldn't get to it or couldn't make the catch, and then pressure just a little bit off target to Tim Brown.
4 3-and-outs today for the Oakland Raider offense. Gannon steps up, throws over the middle, and has Brown across midfield and into Miami territory.
That is the first time today that I've seen an Oakland Raider wide receiver run away from the defender. Tim Brown going across the field, just gets the step in front of Patrick Surtain and makes the catch.
That 17-yard, the longest play of the day for the Oakland offense.
The Dolphin defensive backs are just winning physically and they're outrunning the Raider wide receivers so far.
Gannon has his man again inside the 40 is Doug Jolly, the tight end, the rookie out of BYU, the second-round draft choice, and everybody on the Raiders says he's coming on strong.
Oh, he's big. He can run. The one thing about this Raider team, it's hard to brag about a lot about them right now, but they got size and speed. They believe in it, and now they got a backup tight end who can really make plays.
The give is to Wheatley. Wheatley inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line.
Now, you know, when you watch, it's important for the Raiders just to get some first downs, just to get things going, because they got to get this Dolphins defense tired out some too, so they can take advantage of it. And Rich Gannon going with the hurry-up offense, trying to change the rhythm.
From the 26. Give it to Wheatley again. To the 20. To the 15-yard line and a first down.
See, they're doing the opposite of what the Dolphins are doing. You know, the Dolphins offense play action because they're thinking Ricky Williams is going to run it. Miami's defense, they're expecting pass. So they run a draw play. There is nobody in there to stop the run.
4 first downs on their last 4 plays for the Raiders. Gannon barking out calls. Wheatley still in the backfield. Wheatley again. Close to the 10.
Good play call.
And with that, we've reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 17-3 Miami. And our aerial shots courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes based in Pompano Beach, Florida. At the control is Captain Larry Chambers from Lighthouse Point, Florida.
You know, I just want to tell the halftime crew, Greg, we went out to dinner Friday night to a place here, Dan Marino's favorite Italian restaurant. And of course, I had to sit under the Dan Marino shrine. His jersey, his pictures, and then I had to pay for the bill. It must have been all the free meals that Dan's got, and they made me pay for it.
I really think you ought to take the jersey back, too. Second and 5. Quick drop, Gannon on the run, doesn't go anywhere. Number 94, Jermaine Haley, was there waiting for him.
Boy, that is a nice play by Jermaine Haley. Zach Thomas even told us, he goes, this Raider team, they're smart. They know we play man defense, and they're going to try to run the quarterback. Oh, they got him double teamed, and he splits it to make the tackle.
3rd and 5. Gannon on the move. Still scrambling, rolling, looking, trying to evade it. Down at the 20-yard line by Wale Ogunleye.
This Dolphin defense is just getting after it. They're just hustling. They got emotion. Nobody open down the field. And Rich Gannon, let me tell you, this is smart. He knows they're down in there deep. He can take a chance. The sack doesn't really hurt him that bad. And the Dolphins take it.
Janikowski from 38 yards out. Puts it through. The Oakland Raiders fail again on 3rd down. Salvage 3. It's 17-6 Miami. Seconds to be played here in the first half. The Raiders have managed just 2 field goals on the day and trail 17-6. Travis Minor back inside his own 5-yard line for the kickoff.
Have I talked about the loud music here?
What?
It's unbelievable. I'll have to get borrow some aspirin at halftime. Borrow. Like I'm going to give them back.
How's this for an anomaly? The Oakland Raiders have more rushing yards today than passing yards.
Well, Armin Katayan started the day out talking about quarterback ratings for the Miami Dolphins here at home. Their defense is different here at home than it is on the road.
Travis Minor from the 1. 20. The 25. And out to about the 27 or 28-yard line. Jerry Rice a year ago had 1 catch for 7 yards against the Miami Dolphins. He hasn't caught any so far today.
Well, watch what they do down inside. Jerry Rice in the slot, number 80. Inside, Zach Thomas has got him. On the outside, Brock Marion had him. And look how they pass the players back and forth. And you talking about a coach, look at this. Dave, he is awesome. He is so into it today, and we told you we saw that when we met with them on Friday.
And it looks like the Miami Dolphins are just going to kill the last 35 seconds of the first half and go on to off the field with a 17-6 lead.
They cannot play much better than they did in that first half.
Let's go down to Armin.
Dave, you told us how important this game was to your team. Certainly seems to have responded on both sides of the ball.
Well, you know, we've out the end zone. That's probably the most important thing. You know, I mean, they're going to move the football on us. We knew they're going to make some plays in the passing game. We got to be ready for that no huddle. You know, they've done that during the course of the year. And offensively, the 97-yard drive was big. I mean, I think in the fourth quarter, the conditioning, that's when we really need to turn it on.
Jerry Rice, no catches in the first half. How important is that?
It's not. He's a great player. You know, we take nothing for granted. We got 30 long minutes. We know that.
All right, Coach. Thank you, Greg.
Dave Wanstad with a solid view of what is still to come here at Pro Player Stadium. For 6 on third down.
Well, they can't keep the drives going even when they have third and short. Last year when they played the Miami Dolphins, the Oakland Raiders were 2 of 12. And not that I go crazy about that stat, but most of those 12, the ones they missed, were 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 1, and we've seen a couple of those here today too.
Those are makeables rather than the
it's not like the 3rd and 12. That's right. But it's just amazing to me. Matchups. Some teams have no chance against the Raiders offense, and the Dolphins, I was expecting to hear they're all nervous about it, and the first words out of their mouth were, we match up well.
Well, Jim Bates, defensive coordinator, told us on Friday, we match up well as far as being able to run with the Oakland Raiders. Janikowski's kick is short. This is Minor from about the 14. Away from one tackler. Penalty markers fly as they come across the 30. And it's going to back the Miami Dolphins up.
During return, holding, receiving team, number 82, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That penalty is on Jed Weaver, and let's check in with Armin Catania.
Greg, in Bill Callahan's words, a prime example of a classic self-destruction by the Raiders in the first half. Drop penalties, drop passes, penalties, and sacks. He said the focus in second half is simply going to be on execution. He said, I want to calm this team down a little bit, but do not be surprised if if we do a little more no huddle here in the second half. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. Line of scrimmage is now the 21-yard line of the Dolphins. They have the ball and the lead as we get underway here in the second half. Play fake to Ricky Williams. Fiedler deep for Chambers. Oh, what a defensive play by Anthony Dorsett.
Oh, they had it too. Jay Fiedler, there's a couple ways. Throw it farther or throw it more on a line. And you watch it. Chambers up top, inside of Terrence Shaw, and Anthony Dorsett is caught looking. The play action fake, but Anthony Dorsett is really fast. He makes up that 2 and knocks the throw down.
Chris Chambers, 5 catches for 117 yards and came real close to adding some more.
Again, double covered. I got him in, you got him out. They almost got it confused who had him deep.
Ricky Williams can't shake Napoleon Harris, the rookie linebacker. He lost 2 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 12. As you take a look at Miami's offensive leaders on the day, Jay having himself, as I said earlier, a very efficient afternoon so far.
Oh, he's played very well, really has, and it could have been a lot worse, or a lot better, I should say, if a touchdown pass was knocked down. Wasn't knocked down. Chris Chambers, he is a thread short and long.
Chris Carter in as the 4th wide receiver on 3rd and 12.
Different look, 3 down linemen instead of 4.
Fiedler throws far side. And it looked like that one got away from him a little bit, intended for Carter.
It did. At the last second, Jay Fiedler tried to change where he was throwing the football, and when he misses, he never misses low. He almost always misses throwing the football high. It slipped a little, and it went out of bounds.
So the Raiders come up with a defensive stand right off the top of the second half, and Tim Brown is deep. Mark Royals.
Plenty of room.
Brown overran the football, and the Raiders cut. Derek Gibson covered the loose football. So Tim Brown tried to make something happen. That ball dove just a little sooner than number 81 thought it would. Yes, America's most watched network. Oakland Raiders back to work. They spread the field, 5 wide receivers, and a quick pass incomplete off the fingertips of Tim Brown. Well, because of plays like that, the numbers today aren't very good off for the Oakland Raiders, are they?
Well, when you talk about the passing game, no huddle offense going along, it's amazing. It's just so much about feel.
Gannon, deep drop. Got rid of it over the middle. Jolly, 40, 35, and that'll be an Oakland first down to the Miami 34-yard line.
I was going to say, Greg, it's so much feel involved when you're talking about the passing game. Rich Gannon, a little too hard passes, some dropped ones that they usually don't, so it really looks bad. But the one thing that's going in the Raiders' favor, you can get hot quick too. And Jolly over the middle, I think that's where this Dolphin defense is where you can take advantage of it.
Charlie Garner, lone back, gets the handoff. And doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, or barely does, before Zach Thomas is there to make the stop.
Zach Thomas just does a terrific job. He reads the lineman, so right away he knows it's a draw or a run, and then runs to the open space and makes the tackle on Charlie Garner.
Zach Thomas told us the other day, we absolutely have to be aggressive in this game.
Well, they've done that so far.
Once again, 5 wide receivers. Gannon running out of time. Got rid of it. Incomplete. Far side of the field. Tim Brown, again, the intended receiver.
Well, again, they blitz. That's really the first blitz I've seen by this Dolphins defense today. The Raiders pick it up, and look how much time Rich Gannon gives himself and his receivers. They don't get open. Well, that was a nice throw by Rich Gannon. Again, just not making the plays.
Boy, we've seen Tim Brown drop some passes today that you'd never see him drop. Gannon with a bullet to the 20-yard line. Jerry Porter hauls it in for an Oakland first down.
Boy, that was a nice throw, nice catch. Rich Gannon, I was showing you some things he does well, Greg. He can stay back, and even though people perceive him not to be a big quarterback, he is a big guy, but he sits on that back foot, and every once in a while, he just rips it, and that's one of those cases where his body, his arm strength, and sticks it into a tight situation.
First down, Raiders. Going for the end zone. Overthrows the intended receiver, Jerry Porter.
Well, what did Jim Bates say? Jerry Porter is the wild card. You know, they got Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain. They can take care of Jerry Rice and Tim Brown, they think. But then who can match up with this guy? The fastest and the biggest of the 3 receivers.
2nd and 10. Gannon. Throw. Incomplete inside the 10-yard line. Porter, the intended receiver. And it is beginning to stick out like a sore thumb. Jerry Rice still no catches today.
Well, if they want to get a catch to Jerry Rice, they'll have to put him in motion, get him inside where he can be singled up. Watch him come across the field. Yep, when he comes inside, Zach Thomas is going to have him. So the Dolphins, They wait, they stay in their space, and then when a receiver comes to them, they try to cover him.
254 straight games with at least one catch. 3rd and 10. Gannon goes down. Jay Williams and Jay Taylor applying the pressure. Taylor slow to get up.
I would say, Greg, that was just immediate pressure. Immediate. Breakdowns all over the place. The Raiders missed an opportunity. Rich Gannon had Jerry Porter open for the touchdown and overthrew him.
Janikowski from 45 yards. And it's 17-9. 11-13 to play in the 3rd. And the Raiders draw a little bit closer. As we welcome you back to Pro Player Stadium, 17-9 Miami in the lead, just over 11 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Janikowski, his 3rd field goal of the day, and will now kick it away as Jason Taylor grabs a little oxygen behind the Miami bench. I think his motor's been going pretty much the whole day. 15-yard line, Minor. Dancing forward to about the 34. A moment to remind you, you can log on to NFL.com and get the latest insight from Boomer Esiason.
Jerry's trying to find out, why am I not getting open? Well, one of the big reasons is pass rush. Rich Gannon just not getting the time he's used to.
Fiedler on 1st down, Ricky Williams straight ahead. Breaks across the 40 out to about the 41-yard line. Napoleon Harris makes the stop, and we check in with Armin.
Greg, you saw Jason Taylor sort of almost collapse off the field as he came off. He said he's fine now. Basically what happened was he landed on something in the huddle there during that sack. He said he got the wind knocked out of him. Nothing serious, took some oxygen. He'll be back. Back to you.
I think it might have been Rich Gannon he landed on.
Well, what did Bill Callahan say last year? He watched this game again from when they played each other, and he said in the 2nd half, neither team could do anything with their pass rush.
Ricky Williams, penalty marker is down as he goes forward to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'll tell you, the Raiders, they have been impressive stopping the run. Very impressive. And you just think.
Holding, offense, number 66, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And they've faced some pretty good runners this season.
Well, they have, but just think if they had Charles Woodson, Torrey James, and
Philip Buchanan,
the 1st-round draft pick. Oh my gosh, it would that would be. But they've done a good job of playing well. Chuck Bresnahan simplifying the defense over the last few weeks, and his team has responded extremely well to what they're doing on the field.
Fiedler and the Dolphins looking at 2nd and 13. That's McMichael in motion, has yet to catch a pass today. That pass out to the 40-yard line, and that's complete to McKnight.
The Dolphins have done so few plays where Jay Fiedler's just dropped back and looked for the pass down the field. He looks down, James McKnight is open, nice throw.
You know, this time of year we're intent on trying to figure out who's for real and who isn't, and this Miami Dolphin team looking quite a bit different from they did in the snow in Buffalo, aren't they?
Well, they are, Greg. We talked about it right from the start. Here at home, their defense, it's just different, and now, of course, getting Jay Fiedler back in rhythm has made a big difference in their offense.
Carter back on the 4th wide receiver. Fiedler steps up, throws. Ricky Williams out of the backfield, midfield, and into Oakland territory for a 1st down.
Nice pass protection by the Miami Dolphins offensive line. Jay Fiedler looks, nobody's open. Good job of knowing where he can go with the football, and Ricky Williams, it's not talked about enough, he can do it all. He can catch the football out of the backfield.
Clock continues to move, 8:45 to play in the 3rd. More play action. Fiedler on the move, gonna keep it. and out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. You said something before that snap about Fiedler, and Jim Bates, the defensive coordinator of the Dolphins, told us what separates Rich Gannon from the rest of the pack, that he knows where everyone is going to be. Fiedler is the one who has looked very much like that today.
Well, yeah, it's a lot different what the Dolphins try to do, Greg, with the quarterback than what the Oakland Raiders do. Jay Fiedler and Norv Turner, it's more about the play action pass. And I would say, just being very general, Jay Fiedler is looking at 2 receivers when he goes back, and Rich Gannon probably is trying to look at about at least 3, probably 4 in each passing play. Different philosophies, but they both work.
Fiedler with a 2nd and 5. Straight drop. On the move and throws. And that catch is made by Randy McMichael, his first catch of the day.
Boy, that is a good job by Randy McMichael. He goes down the field. Eric Barton is going to get him, stays in space, got him covered. Fiedler moves, McMichael goes with him. And Jay Fiedler throws it where only his guy can catch it.
Comes down right at the first down marker, and we're going to have a measurement.
Boy, how about this? You know, we talk about Raiders, their draft, their players, the Dolphins, Randy McMichael. Just short. They go out and get Desmond Clark from the Denver Broncos during the offseason. You probably think he's going to be the starting tight end. He gets hurt, and Randy McMichael's come in, and he's just not giving up the job. Rookie from Georgia.
And Miami's 4th round draft pick. 3rd and inches.
Good drive by the Dolphins. Kind of settled the team back down. Settles the Raiders down because they've pulled within 8 points, and you've dominated the game. You look up and you go, wow, we're only 1 score ahead.
3rd and inches, Ricky Williams, and instead it is Fiedler with the sneak and the first down at the 35.
Oh yeah, the body language was there. You knew it was going to be a quarterback sneak. When a quarterback comes up and he acts real nonchalant, you know, like he's not that involved in what's going on, you know he's going to quick snap it and then try to get that extra yard. Nice little hit to Jay Fiedler's face.
So the ball now at the 35-yard line. Clock continues to move. 7:15 to play in the 3rd. Look at the total yards, 233 to 96 in favor of the Dolphins. Williams. Limitations we talked about in the first half as a running back.
Yeah, that's what it was, Greg. He just didn't run up the back of his offensive guard and tackle. He waited, and again, you know, I know I didn't see him a lot down in New Orleans. Watch the run as Ricky Williams picks the hole. Nice slide to the side, but he's more patient and he's just faster than I thought he was.
Ricky Williams sneaking up on a 100-yard day is at 79 total yards today.
And he moves side to side better than I remember him doing it.
That's going to go nowhere courtesy of Sam Adams.
Sportsmanlike conduct against the defense. Big play.
That just doesn't make any sense.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, defense, number 58, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You make the stop. It's a 4-yard loss. They're looking at a 3rd and 7. And Sam Adams comes up dancing.
No, it's
or is
Napoleon Harris.
Napoleon Harris, right?
Harris, he gets up, number 58, and he taunted. So he basically verbally abused the player, and I guess that's Ricky Williams.
I guess Sam really can't dance that much to pull a taunting penalty.
Well, he made the tackle. He was happy with just a result.
So from the 17-yard line, the Dolphins first. Williams. That'll be for little or no gain. Napoleon Harris, the first to hit him. Off to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, Greg, an update now on the Bears and the Jets after Wayne Krebet catches a touchdown to get New York on the board for the first time. It's ex-Jet Leon Johnson up the middle, giving the Bears that 10-point lead. 3 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
Boy, Herman Edwards telling his New York Jet team all about Houston and the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. And underestimate everybody. And
you know what, Greg? I don't think the Jets are underestimating them. It's just a fight. The Bears they had New England beat there. They've had a lot of people in trouble at that stadium. So
Fiedler.
Not that huge of a surprise.
That pass is complete inside the 10-yard line to McKnight. And James McKnight is a guy who has gotten his chance to shine with the injury to Oronde Gadsden.
Yep, fake outside by James McKnight, comes underneath. Nice catch. Pulls it right out of the air, and boy, Bill Callahan just wants somebody. Oh, yes. It's pretty calm and collected, Bill Callahan. So for him to do that, he just wants a defensive player to make a play to get his team off the field.
Third and short yardage now. Pump fake to the right, looks back this way, incomplete, and a marker flag. Ricky Williams was wrapped up. And it'll be against the Raiders.
Well, from what I can see, this is a pretty tough call because they got him covered. And Jay Fiedler throws the football in a space or an area where it was really not going to be caught. And was it Napoleon Harris? I think it was.
Interference, defense, number 50, got penalties decline. Holding, defense, number 38, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, the penalty he is saying is against Clarence Love, number 38.
No, he's wrong. It's 58. But it doesn't matter.
Meanwhile, Oakland penalties have given the Miami Dolphins first downs twice on this drive. And the ball inside the 5. On first and goal, Ricky Williams.
Boy, Sam Adams. He is having a terrific game today. A couple games we've did. John Perella, his partner inside, has had good games stopping the run, but big Sam Adams, he is so big and so agile for 350 pounds. But watch number 95. Gets off his block quick enough and still able to get in the backfield, and he doesn't care that Ricky Williams is big, strong, and fast. Yeah, go ahead. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, Ricky, you're not going anywhere. Second and goal. To the end zone. Chambers. Incomplete. And nicely played out there by Brandon Jennings.
Job, waited, never turned around. Never turns around. Watch Jennings. Never does. But he watches the receiver, and when he raised his hands, again, watch him stick his hand between Chris Chambers. That's just enough. Of course, you always take the risk when you do not turn of getting a pass interference call.
Third and goal. Fiedler wrapped up and down at the 10 by Rod Coleman.
Well, Jay Fiedler again, just like I said earlier, Greg, Rich Gannon, you got to know when you can take a sack. There's nothing open. He tries to move. It's not a big deal. If he gets by there, it could have been close to a touchdown. It does not hurt the field goal when you take a sack that close.
Rod Coleman with the sack. Oakland the day, and Mare will try this field goal from 27 yards out. He has one from 25, and he has this one from 27. 3:38 to play in the third. Miami is up 20-9. 3:38 to play in the third quarter. Miami putting together another workmanlike drive, taking 7:35 off the clock, going 57 yards.
Oh,
putting on the board.
Greg, awesome drive, and we've talked to Dave once, and he is just overjoyed when he sees those type of drives.
Marcus Knight from the 4 to the 20. Sean Wooden with the stop, and we'll take a timeout. Once again, providing these pictures, the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes. Each year, the Goodyear Blimps visit over 100 communities and participate in dozens of telecasts at major sporting events. Just over 3.5 minutes to play here in the third. And the Raiders start from their own 20-yard line. Gannon, quick pass, Jerry Rice with the catch, his first of the day.
Jerry Rice, quick slant. Jamar Fletcher reads it. Perfect throw, tough catch. And Jerry Rice is on.
Gannon. Over the middle, marker flies out of the defensive secondary. The pass complete to Charlie Garner. And this one will be walked off against the Dolphins.
How do you know?
Illegal contact. Number 23. Penalties decline. First down.
Patrick Surtain, the guilty party. And once again, the Raiders go without a huddle. Gannon finds Rice to the 47, and another Raider first down.
Well, what this does, Greg, the no huddle, just to speed the pace of the game up, but they're going 5 receivers, and they're spreading the field from sideline to sideline, and it makes it easier for Rich Gannon to see his receivers, to see the defense, and find the open guy easier.
Garner out of the pass pattern. Gannon directing traffic on the run, and now throws incomplete. Really just threw it away. And Gannon doing a little post-play communication with his receivers.
Yep, he was thinking one receiver made the opposite move, so it just didn't work. But the biggest part of that play is he did not take a sack and put his team in a tough situation.
2nd and 10. The screen to Garner 45 to the 44-yard line, just shy of first down. It'll be 3rd and short yardage to Jim Nantz in New York.
All right, here's one record that Jerry Rice does not have. In fact, Herman Moore's mark goes down right here. Marvin Harrison's 6th catch of the day, his 124th on the season. That is a single season record in the league. Back to you.
He's one of the wonders of the NFL, isn't he, Phil? Marvin Harrison.
He is. He's another guy like Rich Gannon who just keeps doing it and stays under the radar screen.
Wheatley in the backfield. 3rd and 2.
Quarterback draw.
Markers fly before the snap. And it'll be a false start by the Raiders.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty.
That'll be right tackle Lincoln Kennedy.
Down.
So instead of a 3rd and 2, it'll be a 3rd and 7.
If they ran that formation, Greg, there was nobody inside at all because they had 5 guys spread out. Miami sent everybody to cover the receivers. There was nobody to account for the quarterback.
Big Lincoln Kennedy, 6'6", 335 out of Washington. Play clock is down to 5. Gannon with time. And now over the middle and hits his man Jerry Rice at the 40-yard line, and that's for a first down. So after being quiet for most of the day, Jerry Rice with 3 key catches here.
Yeah, and it's just, I give so much credit to Rich Gannon. So hard for a quarterback to look to one side, think he's going to have somebody open, and he's not, and still have the composure. Yes, terrific protection, but find the open receiver to his right.
Jerry Rice, 3 catches, 30 yards. Tyrone Wheatley on the carry as markers fly. Inside the 30 to about the 29, Brock Marion made the stop.
Yeah, both illegal shift. Both backs moved at the same time.
You know, you say that as if it was my fault.
Yeah, that's well, you
Illegal shift, offense. 2 men moving prior to the snap. Did not reset for a second. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I couldn't tell whose fault that was, but you know, Bill Callahan said to Armin, we're hurting ourselves. I really didn't think they made that many what you would call unforced errors in the first half. I thought Miami forced them into those errors, but that is one that you just, those are the ones that drive coaches wild.
Oakland has committed 4 penalties in this quarter alone. Gannon with time, throws down the middle. Oh, what a catch by Jolly. Inside the 25-yard line to the 20. Now Jason Taylor screaming for all the world like he's been held.
The whole sideline of the Dolphins is yelling for holding, but again, Rich Gannon looking one way, reloads and finds the tight end down the middle. What a catch by Doug Jolly. You said it right, Greg. Look how long it takes him to get away from Moreland Greenwood.
And the clock winds down. We have come to the end of the third quarter here at Pro Player Stadium. The Dolphins 20, the Raiders 9. We'll come back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 111 in the third quarter. Gannon with time, running out of time, throws to the end zone, touchdown! Jerry Porter.
Let me tell you how this play went. Jerry Porter was covered and got off of him, and then he comes back to him for a second time and gets a touchdown. Watch. He's going to have a safety up the field. It's almost like then he runs past it. Brock Marion cannot catch up. And only because Rich Gannon couldn't find anybody else to throw it to, he comes back to Jerry Porter and gets a touchdown pass.
In the game that the Raiders lost here to the Dolphins, as my Oakland goes for 2 points last season, they didn't score 1 offensive touchdown. That's their first offensive in 2 trips to Miami. Gannon over the middle, wide open, and the 2-point conversion is there. And once again, Jerry Porter on the receiving end.
Well, you heard him talk about Jerry Porter is the wild card in these matchups today, and so far he is the biggest reason why the Raiders are still in this game.
Porter with the catch for the 2-point conversion. With the catch here for 6, and it's 20-17 Dolphins. Jerry Porter with the 20-yard touchdown catch and the conversion as Oakland moves to within 3.
What a third wide receiver to have on your team, Jerry Porter.
2 yards deep in the end zone is Minor. Minor, 15, out to the 18-yard line. And suddenly things are looking very good for the Oakland Raiders. A lot of time to play. Tonight on 60 Minutes. Does or does not have weapons of mass destruction. What they do have are oil wells. Is that what it's all about? Tonight on 60 Minutes.
Well, what strategy does the Dolphins offense use? Do they get Ricky Williams, or do you stay with the play action pass?
Premature action on the offensive line and defensive line. Let's see where he'll place the blame.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. Number 95. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Sam Adams, the guilty party. That's Zach Crockett on the sideline. It'll be a 1st and 5.
Well, that's a big help. 1st and 5. It just now gives your Norv Turner 3 plays to get 5 yards. You just want to get a first down, to get it going. Your team in control all day long. looking at only a 3-point lead right now.
Ricky Williams not much there before he ran into DeLawrence Grant. You know, Dave Wannstedt told us he just wants to be close in the fourth quarter. I don't think this is what he meant.
No, you're right, Greg. He's over there now. Here's what he can't believe what has happened so far today. And it tells you, what did I say during the commercial? Rich Gannon, it's been tough, and it's there. Everything is kind of going wrong. He's hung in there, and really he's having a terrific day just because he's hung in there and kept his team close when it's just not working well for you.
Play fake on second down. Fiedler throws far side, and that's complete. Across the 30, McMichael with a first down, almost to the 35. Nine yards, and a good job by Fiedler.
Oh, Greg, very good job. Blitz, Ricky Williams picks up the blitz by Eric Barton, who was just steamrolling in, and then Jay Fiedler avoids the sack and gets a big first down to McMichael.
So the Dolphins move the ball out to their own 35-yard line and get a little breathing room.
There was some collision in the backfield, though, between Ricky Williams picking up the blitz of Eric Barton.
Fiedler's numbers have declined in the second half as Gannon's have increased. Fiedler deep, bumped, and the ball falls incomplete, and there is no call.
Well, why there will not be a call is because they probably tangled feet.
That was Clarence Love on James McKnight.
And if both players, let's watch top of your screen, if they're both looking up, it's a stumble. Well, they both stumble, so that's a good no call by the officials. There's another new play action to go deep down the field.
2nd and 10. And Fiedler calls timeout. 13:09 to play in the fourth quarter. Every play getting to be toward the critical stage now.
If there'll come a time when I grow tired of you, never my love, never my love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire.
We remind you next Saturday the playoff race rolls on with a special Saturday edition of the NFL on CBS. Ricky Williams and these Dolphins take on Randy Moss and the Minnesota Vikings. Excitement begins with Jim, Dion, Dan, and Boomer on the NFL Today at a special time, 12:30 Eastern. For more, NFL.com. America Online, the keyword is NFL.com. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Williams with lots of running room. 45 and close to midfield, and a Miami first down. We were talking about how this has not been a typical day for Ricky Williams, but he's been effective bait today.
Yeah, that's what he's been, Greg, all day long. The Raiders play a different defense. Look, nobody to the left side, no linebacker, and the draw play goes to that side. But you're right, Jay Fiedler and Norv Turner have taken advantage of the fact that they've run the ball so well for a few weeks and thrown down the field with their play-action passes.
Williams, 59 yards rushing today after 444 yards rushing total the last 2 weeks. Fiedler throws outside McKnight, and McKnight to the 42 of the Oakland Raiders. Clarence Love, who has played well in relief of the injury-riddled defense.
Yep, nice job. You cannot stop this. Tough man coverage. He stops. Football is on its way. And Clarence Love does a good job. Just make the tackle.
And again, here's you look at Charles Woodson, 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback. Big 9 yards on first down from Miami. Williams inside the 40 to the 37 and a first down.
You know, you start looking at this Miami team, and as you play it, it's hard. What do you decide to do against this offense? You gang up on Ricky Williams. When you do, you've noticed today, it's like hold your breath because they're going to throw it down the field. One thing that Norv Turner believes in, you've got to throw it down the field deep 5 to 6 times a game because you're going to complete a couple, you hope. You're going to get a pass interference and, you know, who knows what else.
Fiedler has thrown for 206 yards today. Williams. And Williams just inside the 35. We've talked a couple of times about the tremendous drives that the Miami Dolphins have put together today, and one of the things that's done is keep the ball out of the hands of Rich Gannon in the offense.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? That offense, the Raider offense, got a little rhythm to it. It looked a little better than last drive where they scored the touchdown. The Miami defense is getting tired out. Now the Miami defense is over on the sideline going, well, we feel good. We've heard them talk about it to us that this is different this year. They get big breaks between each series because the Miami offense can control the football.
On 2nd and 7. Williams again, left side this time, trying to turn the corner. And he does, and out of bounds at about the 30. Romanowski running him out of bounds.
Well, I would say, except for maybe 2 or 3 backs in the National Football League, this is a no gain or a loss of a yard. Ricky Williams just outruns the defenders to the sidelines until Bill Romanowski hits him out of bounds.
So now Miami looks at a 3rd and 2. And the Raiders have to start thinking about a big defensive stop. 5 times they've had drives of 45 or more yards today. Fiedler throws far side. First down. Chris Chambers. And once again, the Dolphins move the chains.
Same play we saw a few minutes ago. Now it's to the other side. When you play bump, when you're right up next to the receiver, and you're going to run down the field with him, watch to the top. Derek Gibson, a safety playing corner. There's just no way to react to that type of throw.
That's a career high 124 yards for Chambers. Fiedler with time throws corner. It is incomplete. Intended for Jed Weaver, the tight end, and Anthony Dorsett was there with it.
Well, I tell you what, Jay Fiedler, and this Dolphin team, they are putting some pressure on this defense. And if Anthony Dorsett is one of the fastest guys in the league, that's another big play down the field. He just outruns the football when it's in the air. That's what he did. It looks like Jed Weaver has a step. Anthony Dorsett just turns it on. He outruns it, knocks it down. That's twice today we've seen him do it.
Almost 6 minutes taken off the clock on this drive alone. 2nd and 10. Short drop this time, and he got rid of it and throws it away. And we have a markdown coming out of the secondary. Now Rod Woodson's going to complain that that ball wasn't catchable.
Well, the reason why it's not catchable is because they're tackling your receiver, so you can't throw it to him. That's why that argument, to me, never holds any balance.
Well, sometimes it holds balance.
But if you're committing a foul against him, Greg, what, I got to throw it close to him so I can get a penalty? If you're committing a foul, I'm going to throw it away.
Well, all right, let's see sometimes.
Pass is ruled uncatchable. There's no foul on the play.
That's why I disagree with it. Let's watch. Now he's looking for Chris Carter. All right, you know what? I'll backtrack a little there because
hold on while I pass out.
Make the sign of the cross and move on. I hear you.
Oh, it's 3rd and 10.
Yes, that is one case right there where it probably was good to pick up the penalty flag.
So the Raiders with a chance for a defensive stand here. Fiedler going down the sideline. It is incomplete. Chris Chambers, the intended receiver. Clarence Love again with the defensive play.
You know, it's a good job by these corners for the Oakland Raiders. So many injuries. Clarence Love, we heard Bill Callahan talk about this guy is, you know, not playing a lot, but we're not scared of putting him in there. He's fast and he's made some good plays today.
Olindo Mare from 40 yards out will try to give the Dolphins a 6-point lead. On its way. And he missed it. The usually reliable Olindo Mare fails from 40 yards out. It's still a 3-point Dolphin lead. Well, the fans turn to their defense now after the missed field goal. Gannon over the middle, Charlie Garner, 40, and out to the 44-yard line and a first down. Zach Thomas with the stop. Let's go back to what all the ruckus was about. The pass to Chris Carter that the officials ruled uncatchable, and as difficult as it sounds physically, Dave Wannstedt was beside himself.
And you heard me, I thought he had a good argument, but watch it, Jay Fiedler was just avoiding the sack and throwing it away.
Gannon pulls it down and goes down. Jason Taylor.
Boy, this is just nothing. Jason Taylor is working so hard, and he just gets rewarded. He stops, goes outside, pulls the hands down of Barry Sims, and then enables him to go inside and get a sack.
3 sacks on the day, 7 on the season. 2nd and 16. And Garner out to about the 48.
Boy, nice play call by the Raiders. Get the 3rd down in a position where you can pick it up.
These teams a year ago went right down to the last 5 seconds of the game before the Miami Dolphins won it. Garner, the lone back. 3rd and 7. Gannon, a bullet, incomplete. Inside the 40, intended for Porter.
Boy, that's something. What did Rich Gannon say? You know they're a well-coached team because no matter what you do, they always find a way to get a guy on your receivers. And they had 3 receivers crossing each other, and the Dolphins covered all 3.
Shane Leckler to kick. Bounces at the 5 into the end zone for the touchback, and Miami will take over at their own 20-yard line. 7:04 to play. Miami regains the ball. They lead by 3. Only 2 weekends of the regular season remain after this weekend. You see the situation Oakland and Miami are in. Teams like New England and the New York Jets definitely cheering for an Oakland victory here today. From the 20-yard line. Romanowski on the blitz. He got away from it. Flips it to Williams. 20, 25, and out to about the 28 or 29-yard line. Fiedler lost a shoe on the play.
What a play by Jay Fiedler. The Raiders playing for the play-action pass. Romanowski on the delayed blitz comes free, but cannot get Jay Fiedler down. You know, Jay Fiedler, a decathlete. Look at his shoe come off. Oh, look at him. I got his shoe, but he does have big, strong legs, able to get out of it.
How much credit do you get in the National Football League for recovering a shoe? Play clock down to 3, down to 2, and Fiedler calls timeout. So that's 2 timeouts used here in the second half. Fiedler on the move, and oh, what a shot he took from Napoleon Harris. To play here in the 3rd quarter. Napoleon Harris, what a shot he administered to Jay Fiedler at the end of this play.
Fiedler gets out. It one step.
Ow.
It's not too late. He hit him in the chest, Greg, not the face.
Still hurt.
Oh, it did hurt.
2nd and 1. Ricky Williams tripped up early and down at the 27. Might have tripped over his own lineman, Todd Perry. Loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 3. You know, little things like Jay Fiedler escaping that might appear little to some, but as you said during the timeout, that could have been the ball game.
Oh, it really could have been. And now we're, you know, the tension, you can feel it, like you said, in the 4th quarter. Every play so important. First down, time on the clock, field position for the Raiders offense. A lot of that hinges on this 3rd and 3.
4 wide receivers. Comes the blitz. Pass out here to the side. That's complete to Carter, but he is brought down before he can make the first down. So the Raider defense rises up.
That was a nice defense. They thought Chuck Bresnahan brings the blitz. The Dolphins changed the play, and they changed to exactly what the Raider defense wants. The quick throw in the flat, they make the tackle short of the first down.
Tim Brown at his own 30-yard line. Royals with the kick.
Plenty of room.
Brown from the 31. Lost the football. Dolphins have it. That is twice Tim Brown has fumbled a punt today.
The hit is right on the football.
Ed Perry covers the loose ball. So instead of turning the ball back to the Raider offense, the Dolphins have it at the Oakland 39. 4:46 on the clock. Ricky Williams, right side, 35, 30, diving to the 25 and a first down.
Blitz by the Raiders defense. Look how many players get put. Anytime you see a bunch of defensive players close together, that means there's got to be some big gaps in the defense. Ricky Williams found it to the right side.
Williams, 85 yards rushing on the day. The clock continues to move.
Sorry, Greg. The one thing I have noticed, when the Raiders blitz and the Dolphins run it, the Raiders get away from their defensive alignment and they create big running holes.
Williams, no room up the middle. Stopped cold by Eric. We're under 4 minutes to play. Timeout situation. Miami has 1. Oakland has all 3 of theirs. And what's important to the Raiders here is that they surrender no more than a field goal.
That's right. And, Greg, time. You let them pick up another first down, then you have to use your timeouts. And so you waste those, and if they kick a field goal, you'd have no timeouts and 6 points down. So it's very important for the Raiders to stop them right here before another first down.
Deep drop for Fiedler, and he is run down and dropped back at the 39 or 40-yard line by Rod Coleman.
This Raider defense, it is coming up big today. They've put themselves in some good situations. Defensive backfield is hurt, but they're still playing hard. They've come up with a lot of big plays.
Coleman's second sack of the day. And we get a Oakland timeout to stop the clock with 3:14 to play. We mentioned the game last season, down 15-10, a minute 41 to play, no timeouts. Fiedler drove the Dolphins 80 yards, his 2-yard touchdown run with 5 seconds to play in the game gave Miami an 18-15 win. We saw the Raiders several times after that game, and it was just a bitter, bitter defeat for them.
Yeah, it was. To let a team go all the way down the field on you the way they did, it's hard to get over those kind of defeats quickly. But here for the Raiders, it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 22. I think it's, what do you do? Do you pressure him, make him throw it quick, tackle him, or do you play safe and let him pick up yards and kick a field goal? So it looks like they're going to play safe.
Well, now a couple of defensive backs up front. Nope, they drop off the line. Fiedler throws this side. Caught. Change 23-yard line. That will be short of a first down, but Mare will come on for the field goal.
Well, Jay Fiedler, they played safe. Greg, look at the space Chris Chambers has to run in, and that is the right technique. That's how you should play it. Nice, very nice catch by Chris Chambers, and Brandon Jennings did the right thing. Stay back, react when the ball is in the air.
Mare missed a 40-yarder. This one from 1 yard out. And this one is good. 2:28 on the clock. Mare's field goal after the Tim Brown fumble, and Miami leads 23-17. Mark Royals with the hold. And over the sideline, Jay Fiedler says, you know, a 6-point lead is better than a 3-point lead. That's Jamie Nails, who has been outstanding on the Miami offensive line all year long at left guard, limping along the sideline.
You know, we talk so much about Ricky Williams and the quarterback, of course, Jay Fiedler, Jason Taylor, but just as a unit, one of the big reasons why I think this Dolphins team, what I've seen in a few years here for sure, the offensive line. They're protecting the quarterback, and of course we know what Ricky Williams has done so far this year.
Well, just off of what Zach Thomas told us, a couple of things that he said to look for and we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen Charlie Garner run what Zach Thomas fears a lot, is running that seam out of the backfield.
Yeah, he has not. Zach Thomas has had help a little more than we thought too so far today.
Into the end zone. Marcus Knight will not run this one out of the end zone, and so the Raiders will start from their own 20-yard line. Our NFL.com poll question of the day: which potential AFC playoff team is in most need of home field advantage to advance through the playoffs? You can log on and cast your vote at NFL.com. The fans to their feet here at Pro Player Stadium. Raiders with 2:28 on the clock and 2 timeouts. Gannon steps up, throws across the middle, and that's complete. Out across the 30 to the 33 or 34 is Charlie Garner.
I tell you what, it's a good thing they had Jason Taylor double teamed, because he absolutely getting a terrific start and getting around Barry Sims, but Barry Sims had help, kept him off the quarterback.
Gannon overthrows everybody, out of bounds, and with that we'll get the 2-minute warning. 1:58 on the clock. Miami 23, Oakland 17.
Well, do you think we're overhyping Jason Taylor today? Watch that play around inside Barry Sims. Barrett Robbins saves the sack, and look at that reaction from Jason Taylor.
Gannon with time, gonna go deep for Jerry Rice. 2 defenders on it, intercepted. Patrick Surtain back to the 35, slides down at the 39, and what a catch by the cornerback.
I don't think Rich Gannon wanted to throw it down to Jerry Rice. He is double covered, outside, inside, and look at this play by Patrick Surtain. We haven't said much about him today. He's another guy playing very well this year. What a nice catch.
That is a career-high 6th interception and makes a happy man of Miami head coach Dave Wanstead.
Heck, he might even sleep tonight. He's so happy.
Oakland still with 2 timeouts. Oakland has turned the ball over twice in 3 minutes. Ricky Williams. First down yardage into Oakland territory. Those of you who have been watching the New York Jets, Chicago Bears, welcome to Pro Player Stadium. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Kutsayan. The Miami Dolphins with a 23-17 lead, and a Patrick Surtain interception has just stalled the latest Oakland drive. The Dolphins looking to go 7-1 in their home season this year. Williams dips outside to the 43-yard line. Timeout is called by the Raiders with 50 seconds to play. The Jerry Rice, Tim Brown connection has not clicked for the Raiders the way it usually does. It's been an outstanding defensive effort by Miami today.
Miami did a lot of things good today. They deserve to win it. There's no doubt about it. Their defense played outstanding. On offense, they did a lot of terrific things too. But saying all that, the Raiders really don't click anywhere near what they usually do. And look how close the game was. They had a chance to win if Tim Brown doesn't fumble the punt return, or a chance to tie. So that says a lot about the Raiders too. When it doesn't work at all for them, they can still hang in there and give themselves a chance to win a game.
Tim Brown and Jerry Rice a combined 60 yards in receptions today. Ricky Williams, meanwhile, 102 yards rushing. His 9th yard rushing game of the season and his 5th in a row. The Dolphins dominant in rushing yards, in total yards. Raiders had a tough time on 3rd down, and
some of the stats that the Dolphins put up, you think they would be better than 9-5.
3rd and 5. Williams. And Williams is not going to get the first down, and the Raiders are going to watch the clock wind down.
Should have never handed it off.
Bill Callahan wanted to come in here and get sweet revenge for last year's loss. It didn't happen. Dave Wanstead's Dolphins go 7-1 here at Pro Player Stadium this regular season. What an outstanding job on both sides of the ball the Dolphins turned in today. For Phil Simms and Armin Kutsayan, Greg Gumbel saying so long from Pro Player Stadium. Our final score, Miami 23 and Oakland 17. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. We take you now to the Subway post-game show in New York and join Jim Nantz. Jim.